there, people.
And it has begun.
This is Real Honesty with John
Welcome to
Ritlin. I'm John Ritlin. Welcome to the internet, as everybody's saying.
Stuck for a minute.
And it got stuck for a minute. That's terrible when that happens. So,
Ladies and gentlemen, the Lord of the Memes is not me.
anybody that says that I'm funny, that guy. This guy's funny.
Much memes, very well.
I have my own sense of humor, too.
Yeah, that's one way of describing it. Anyway, I'm John.
I'm Cassie.
I am the Pendaman.
The panda. And that's Kyle back there, who raises his hand up for some reason. Anyway, so, okay. Clash of Champions kickoff. Really only two things of note. Booker T called T.J. Perkins T.J. Parker. I guess he was thinking of Colonel Rob Parker, a Southern gentleman that used to be his manager back in, a Southern manager of two black men in Southern wrestling.
I'm not going there.
I mean, I will. At one point, they actually cut something from TV where he was going to lead them out in chains.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not bueno.
No, not any good at all. Kyle, honest to God, it looks like you're sinking into the couch.
Sounds like Hogan's Heroes.
Brother. Anyway, so T.J. Parker, seriously, Booker, you had one job. I mean, come on, Booker.
He has a job.
One of the few that does. Nia versus Alicia. Well, it happened.
Why did it happen?
Who won?
Nia did.
We lost.
We all lost, yes.
That is true.
In all honesty, it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't
good either.
No, but it wasn't anything you didn't see on Raw. Alicia got in a little more offense, trying to fight for relevancy. It did not work. Nia looked dominant. It was a squash.
What are you thinking?
It was a squash. So anyway, it was
feels like to be you.
it was Chris, you're not low enough. It was okay, I guess. I mean, Nia looked dominant. It served its purpose, I guess. Cassie?
It was a match.
It was a match. Chris?
I'm a little freaked out by the man behind the curtain here.
Fucking hell, Kyle. What the hell? Kyle,
I can't believe none of you noticed this.
Kyle did not watch it. He was working. So anyway.
Damn it, you ruined the illusion.
You
I
can
could
be
have faked
scared
it.
that I'm married to you sometimes. You're so... It's like a ninja.
You balance each other out there.
Well, it's better than when he was poking you in the back on the Raw
He's
review. Raw Memphis review, or whatever the Raw review was, I did this past week. Look for it, watch it, because you get to watch her get poked in the back with a cat toy.
He sneaks up behind me. He's like, how am I
Meanwhile,
so
things that
quiet? I'm
sound
like
dirty out of
275
context.
pounds.
Yes.
He
Or
sneaks
in-
up behind me like a ninja. He's like, how am I so quiet? I'm 275 pounds.
This is true. Anyway, so main card starts. New Day versus Gallows and Anderson. It was a fine match. It was probably the best match that they've had, honestly.
Insert Chris's joke.
Chris, what was your joke?
It's kind of ironic seeing three black men led to the gallows.
Oh man, I tweeted that out. Fortunately, I did. Oh, he doesn't have Twitter, so I wouldn't have been able to tag him. But yeah. Anyway,
I don't tweet.
it's probably just I don't tweet much either. Anyway.
Meanwhile, on bullshit,
BS Island. So anyway,
my
Oh,
bullshit
So much
detector's
bullshit,
going.
your eyes are turning brown.
Your watch went off.
my eyes kind of are hazel a bit.
They're
so
turning brown
you.
with all the bullshit
So
that's
I'm
coming out
the
of you.
receiver then, is what you're saying.
As someone who
anyway.
used to work sales, I can verify this.
Yes, you can, especially since you worked with me. New Day, Gallows and Anderson, it was fine for what it was. Of course, they had to have New Day win. Gallows and Anderson, where do they go from here? They kind of have been, jobbed out and everything. I mean, there really isn't, there's not a way to build up the credibility. It is
At
sad.
least until they get the Bullet Club back together.
Maybe, I mean, they could get, that's going to be at least the Royal Rumble before Balor's back.
So what is it? It's not much you can have them do till then.
No, but I mean, you can have them beat undercard teams. You can have them beat up. I mean, I don't know.
You can have to beat someone.
You can have them beat jobber teams for a bit. Have
you
them
can
do
only
that.
push ring postitis so far.
That
They
was
already
funny.
That sounds like a personal problem.
It really does. So anyway, it was fine. It was fine, but am I happy with New Day winning? No, but I expected them to win.
I don't think
400.
the crowd was happy with that.
The crowd was. Well, see, the crowd thought that New Day were, Charger fans, and then the Chargers lost. But anyway, New Day was fine. I mean, they won. Okay, they continued, and they're probably going to break Demolition's record sometime later this year. So I was okay with it. Not so much, but there's another title change I was not okay with. I'll get to that. Actually, the only title change. But New Day winning, fine. What'd you say?
I'd say it's like every other match they've had with New Day. It's nothing really different besides not having the ring postitis thing going on anymore.
Chris?
It's
Match?
Yeah, Kyle?
5. Average.
Average is just another word for small. Kendrick and Perkins, that was good. Not Kendrick Perkins, not the
Blonde.
no, or the basketball player. Actually, is where I was.
Perkins, touching my team.
Every Kendrick Perkins?
She has plenty of perks. So anyway, Kendrick and Perkins, shout out to Ashley. She was watching this later. She was watching a TV program, as apparently I can't sound any older when I say that, so out of touch.
I think she was watching Once Upon a Time.
She was.
I bet you can sound older.
I could. Give me a few years.
Watch that broadcast.
Watch that on the interwebs.
Now, one of those things that you want to do when you want to talk like an old man.
This is true. Yeah, you're right.
You were talking about some things that happened
Who are
before
you?
we were born earlier.
I was.
I don't remember what
I
it was.
was.
Darn Gen Xer.
Yeah, but anyway, so Kendrick, she wanted Kendrick to win. I felt there was a slight chance he might, but since Perkins just won the title, it was right to go this route. It was a great match. It was very well done. It's very good psychology.
Yep.
Given that they really didn't have much of a story going in, I mean, Kendrick wanted to prove himself and do good and everything, so that was fine. Perkins got the win. Feud's not over yet, as Kyle, he's Kyle, are you channeling the Lord of Illusions trailer? I mean, what was that? Or the poster? But anyway, that was a deep cut for anybody that doesn't know. So, that was
Deep.
it was, and cut. So, I don't know. I enjoyed it. I thought it was at least co-match of the night. What do you think?
Yeah, I would say it was a really good match.
Okay.
I'd give it a great 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I would say 8 out of 10. Kyle?
I feel this
Yeah,
was
I
good.
have to agree with that. 8 out of 10 is a really fair score for that.
I would have to say
It
it was
was-
probably one of my favorite matches of the night.
It was technically flawless,
Pretty much, yeah. I mean,
and it didn't have a lot of hype, but
it really didn't. I mean,
the crowd was into it, which is good.
Yeah, I mean, compared to how they were in some of the matches later. But, I mean, you think about it. Perkins didn't even appear on Raw. They showed vignettes, so they didn't really have any build. But, so they did well, and maybe they could have a better match at Hell in a Cell, throw another guy in there who could win a #1 contenders thing. The Kendrick fights and says, hey, I want one more chance.
You could throw a Swan in the match.
Throw a Black Swan in there.
That's terrible. Those are hell
That's
spawns.
racist as fuck.
Have you seen
That's
the
right.
movie Black
Black
Swan?
Yes.
Throw a
it's
copy of
terrible.
the movie. No, it was great. Mila Kunis and Natalie Portman doing things to each other.
It was a
Anyway,
terrible movie.
so okay, 8 out of 10.
I'd say back on subject, but now you've piqued my interest.
Yes, I have tweaked your interest. It was cool. They changed the ring. Chris, shout out to you for pointing that out. That was really cool. And
They
had
did
a
it
different.
on Raw too.
They did not Raw 1. They did it. They gave it a different vibe. It was fine. So now number 4, Cesaro versus Sheamus. Good God, best match that they've had in the series and probably in the last 2 years. Anytime they fought, I give them full credit for it. They pulled out a lot of great spots. But why the non-finish? I mean, come on. Come on.
I'm gonna drag it out another day.
It's like that sports, like the toddler sports where no one's a winner, no one's a loser.
Everybody gets a participation trophy.
Yes. But you don't get sprinkles on your ice cream. Sprinkles are for winners.
Aw,
Damn.
that's
I mean-
deep.
low.
Chris, that was what, that was what I told that girl. Well, it wasn't on her ice cream, but anyway. So moving on from
Man,
that,
you are one sick individual.
I am really sick. So
Why are we friends with you?
how did, that is a
That's
good
right.
question,
That's
sometimes.
the question.
With our powers combined.
Captain Planet.
Ooh.
So Cesaro, how did Cesaro not break his neck on that dive? I mean, good Lord.
Through sheer force of will alone.
I mean, and then it was nice that he broke out the Swiss 1-9.
Can
at
I
one
bring
point.
up the fact that he had tape on his tailbone that looked like he was going into his butt crack?
No, it didn't look like it was going into his butt crack.
Just
It
you.
was inside of his
you.
beer.
Yes, that is the only thing you were looking at, wasn't it?
You were looking at Cesaro's butt.
So
Anyway.
what? I'm a woman. I'm allowed to look.
Swiss 1-9. Shout out to Roxy Toxic for tweeting that.
You
That
guys
was great.
close your eyes during the women's division. I'm allowed to look at
The women's division,
male
not just the
talent.
women's match, but the entire division.
Yes.
That seems
I'm allowed
insulting,
to look at the
actually.
male talent's butts.
Okay, then moving on. So
Very well.
I was fine with the match. You're saying it, attention, Chris. I was fine with it. I just don't understand the non-finish. Somebody did point out they could get a championship opportunity and get a tag team title shot and be God damn it, Chris, be unlikely tag team champions, which maybe down the road. No, don't do it right now. You want to do it at the beginning of the year, fine.
The Swiss are supposed to be a neutral party.
They are. Tell my wife.
Yes, we'll take the
So I was fine with it except for the non-finish. Cassie?
I actually thought it was a really good match.
Well, it was a good match.
Hey,
Go ahead, Chris.
it was a good 6.5 out of 10.
It was. I will say 7, just because. I mean,
Well, you can say whatever you want.
I could. It is my show,
It
but
didn't top the CWC, but
no. How the hell was it gonna do that, Kyle?
Something interesting.
I give it a 6. I mean, it just it's the 7th fucking match in a
Yeah.
no, more than
Not a
that
6.2.
because they had another 4 matches before the series. So this is 10 matches in. It's boring.
you're not gonna give it a 6.3.
Welcome to
No.
WWE. We like to do the same thing over and over.
It's like
and
if
over.
this
As
match
I
was
bend
the
her
second
over
or
and
third
over
match in
and
the
over.
series and it was over, it'd be a great match. It's
I
too
agree.
far in.
Yeah.
it's exhausted.
Please don't do this again.
You're
Don't
still
do
talking
this.
about the match, right, Kyle? Because
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay.
And they're going to do it again tomorrow.
because you said
I
too
don't
far.
want them to do it again. This went on so
They
long.
didn't finish. They have to have a winner.
We're not talking about the match anymore. I have a
They
feeling.
talked about doing it with the women's division.
We
It's
are
like, no.
definitely not talking about the women's.
Would
Whoa!
you a second to rephrase that?
Doing it with the women's
No,
division.
I'm just
Now,
gonna leave it like that.
Sasha and Bailey. Now you have my interest. All right.
I'm just gonna leave it like that to spark your thoughts.
Oh, that wasn't my thoughts.
They
Anyway,
don't need that help.
Zayn versus Jericho. Sorry, not Zayn versus Cesaro. A vastly better match at NXT in 2013. Zayn, Jericho, split crowd. I mean, that was really kind of. It was nice that Jericho got a good pop, and so was Zayn. They weren't booing Zayn, and it was well done. Almost a botched DDT through the ropes
Ugh.
because Jericho nearly landed on his neck and nearly went into the
You just
table.
nearly smacked me in the face.
Oh, like you have any room to talk without you swing your arms.
I have room to talk. Look at all this room I have. Even back here.
This is
No, no.
another waving.
Walking, waving, inflatable on 2 men.
I gotta admit, I was
You're the
actually
only
lost.
one that can say that.
So anyway, back to that. It was a well-wrestled match, don't get me wrong. Jericho, even at this stage of his career, can bring a good match out of somebody. Why did he win? Why? Why?
Of all the great wrestling tonight, I was wrestling with the fact that Chris Jericho was still on WWE.
Yeah, I mean, in 2016. Now, by Mania 33, it needs to be done. I mean, I'm
They
sorry.
Watch the shit out of Zayn.
They botched it quite a bit, but
He should be
whatever.
farther up than he is already.
I mean, maybe women agree. I don't know. Wait, that's the other Zayn, the less talented one from One Direction. So I don't know.
I can't believe you even made that reference.
I can't believe
I have a
know who
lot
it is.
of One Direction fans that are on my timeline. believe it
Should
or
I
not.
mention
sorry?
that one of them has
Yeah.
chlamydia from a koala?
What?
Wait, seriously?
They were in Australia. A koala peed on one of them. They
Looks
had
like
chlamydia.
you're in trouble.
Where do you get your information from?
It was during Supernova, 2012.
I thought you meant like the movie
Like that, you
Supernova.
lost me.
I thought you meant the movie Supernova
This is what
1985.
it's like to be married to him. A bunch of random facts he doesn't know where they came from.
The facts too.
The
So
facts of life.
anyway,
No, we're not going there.
the smacks of life. Chris, god damn it. Anyway, so what you said, I didn't have a problem. I didn't have a problem with the match, except Jericho winning. Cassie,
Yeah, same.
I
I
mean-
wanted Zayn to win. I was hoping.
you were gonna stop after I wanted Zayn. That's what you were
I
gonna
actually
stop
don't
at.
find Zayn attractive.
You don't like
He
gingers.
doesn't like beards.
Chris,
I found it insane that he didn't win.
I do. I did also. Kyle,
What do
In
I
the
make,
membrane.
folks?
that's his rating right there, folks.
What? I didn't even hear it.
He was quoting the song.
Okay.
Get with the program.
Well, you were saying that stuff.
By the way, this isn't wrong how we act on camera. It's pretty much how we act
This is
off.
how
Oh
we
no,
act
it's
off the
totally
camera.
wrong. It's just
Yeah.
how we normally act.
Yeah, this is true. So Sasha versus
Wrong, unfiltered.
I just realized I'm in the
Ladies.
middle of a meat sandwich right now.
Nope. So as Chris,
That's how I always am. I'm in the middle of a meat sandwich.
You know what? Never mind.
yeah, I was gonna say Chris at this point. So anyway, Chris,
Just a
would
foot.
you- Chris, just get that.
That works.
Fuck's gone.
Go with it.
So anyway, Sasha versus Bailey versus Charlotte.
No.
Why are
no.
you jacking off his hand? Sasha versus
Are you
Bailey
doing
versus
shake
Charlotte.
weight practice
I
there?
was trying to do the psycho on your hand.
The match was actually that was not.
Still
Shake weight practice.
So,
Not that big like this.
anyway, so moving on from that, the women's match.
That is shake weight practice.
The women's match had some fine wrestling and everything. And it really had some fine wrestling. It had some fine counters, especially in the final few minutes. The problem is that Cassie's trying to botch the review because she doesn't care.
Yeah, Cassie, take this seriously.
Ouch, you're bending it.
Stop.
So, I enjoyed the match except for the fact
Stop
that,
pulling me.
yes,
Stop.
there's no DQ in a three-way, but for the most
This
part,
works.
this
Just
is
stick with it.
God, we are boy. This show didn't.
It's devolved.
They-
Now my face is gone.
Ah! Anyway, so it was a fine women's match.
This makes me even worse.
It's Kyle poking you in the back. So what do you think of the women's match? Honestly, besides some botches, I found it pretty good.
This is pretty much what we did during the whole women's match.
we closed our eyes during it for the sound.
Oh,
So
hi.
okay, I enjoyed it. Even if I wasn't okay with Charlotte winning, I understood why she won. Because rumors are they're going to try to give a big face push to Dana because your reaction, yeah, pretty much.
It's in my eyes.
So anyway, it's in my eye. So anyway, I enjoyed the match. I will give it a 7.5 out of 10. 7 out of 10. I'll give it a 7 out of 10 for this reason. I'll go back 7.5 because the women did.
Give it a 0?
The women, no, 7.5 out of 10. The women went in with a really good pace. They did do a good job. Charlotte botched a little too much. She needs to be more assured of herself. So I enjoyed it. What do you think, Cassie?
I give it about the same.
What rating did I give it, Cassie?
A 7 out of 10.
I gave it a 7.5 out of 10, actually.
Okay,
Chris? Chris, what do you give it?
I'm gonna give it a 6.5 out of 10.
It's too good. Kyle.
I'm gonna give it a 7, and I do agree with you. She did botch a little too much, because on the backstabber, it was very obvious where it went from. She did it on Charlotte,
Right.
and you could see it was a very soft
And
landing.
then where Bailey took
And it was a very hard, crisp landing.
Bailey
which is-
likes to take it hard, I think. And so is what you're saying.
It looked more legitimate.
It did. No, it did. No, I get what you're saying.
So you could really see the difference in skill.
Can we
I'm sorry,
agree,
you
though,
go
before
ahead.
we move?
Chris would like to talk.
Chris?
A lot of the action was like a bad Topsaki film. No one could quite comprehend.
Your
if they're
YouTube's
actually
not
acting.
broken. He's doing this on purpose.
Yeah,
They can figure that out.
You've ruined the joke.
Ugh.
Yeah, Cassie's known for doing that.
You ruin my jokes all the time. So.
Well, that's that.
I don't have to ruin
Burn,
Bro,
bro.
ointment to the side of the burn.
So Charlotte needs to stop doing the
That's
moonsault
nice.
because one of these days she's gonna snap her leg. The way she lands, she doesn't land crisp like with a roll, or like on her stomach.
Like a nice bunch
She
of
lands
romaine
on her
lettuce.
fucking knees.
Yeah, I know, right? And it's like one of these days her leg's just gonna snap, and I'm not wishing it, but it's gonna happen.
It's a terrible foretelling.
It really is. Reigns versus Rusev. Okay, I'm just gonna say this right now before we get on to the match. They turned on the mics for the boost for Reigns.
It
They
didn't
turned on the mics.
work.
Did not work.
It never worked.
Indy is not known. Look, no, those are only some people in the crowd. Reigns is going to be booed with the way he's going. No matter how hard you try, the way you're booking him, Shield 2.0 is not going to work.
They tried pretty damn hard.
They did, and it didn't work. They tried at Mania, it didn't work. Crowd hated.
Redesign Reigns.
No.
Yes.
Just
Hashtag redesign Reigns.
No.
No, that was
Hashtag
Rollins.
let me redesign Reigns.
I like your idea. We gotta have you sit on
Yeah.
next pay-per-view, maybe before Bound for Glory next week. Which, yes, I'm gonna watch that. We're all gonna watch that. Why I don't know.
And we will review it.
Review it.
Coming this next pay-per-view, before the review, we will be doing this.
Fantasy booking time again.
You're gonna be doing the fantasy booking of Reigns. I'm gonna love it. Anyway, so crowd hated Reigns. CM Punk chants. Stop the CM Punk chants.
He's not coming back.
He tapped out like a bitch at UFC
Like Roman
203.
Reigns, that's never going to happen.
It's never gonna get over. Anyway, so I mean, look, poor Rusev. That's just all I'm gonna say. Rusev should have won here.
Yeah.
This is
He's
terrible.
protecting his wife's honor. Let's make him lose.
That's right. Yeah. How can we boo him? He's protecting his wife's honor. It's ridiculous. So Reigns winning. The crowd hated it. I mean, you guys could tell by my reaction. I had talked for a few minutes. I was pissed.
What about the back where Lana pulled the ref out of the ring?
I want Lana to yank me like that. But anyway, I hate it. What? Rusev's been there. He has. Hasn't Chris? You say that like I'm ever gonna have a chance anyway. So I don't know why you wouldn't just go with the
We'd be
joke.
scared if you did have a chance.
Anyway,
So
yes, they
I
turned Lana heel.
Well, I mean, Rusev's been there. Yes. So Chris, they tried to turn Lana heel
I'm surprised
to
her
make
boobs
to make
didn't
Reigns get
like-
cheered.
High heel.
it worked a little bit.
See Kyle? No, he's Bulgarian. That wouldn't work, I suppose.
It,
Anyway.
it did work a little.
You did.
There was a cheer.
Yeah, like for 5 seconds.
Yeah.
From a few people. So okay,
Just one guy
I
in the crowd.
Woo.
I did
Yeah,
not. I
that's
did not.
about what it was.
I did not like it. I did not like the match. I felt it was a solid enough effort, but we all knew where it was going to go, and it was crap. So
We can't
I'm
have nice things.
worst match of the night. Cassie?
I agree.
I mean, the crowd being dead didn't help.
It was the worst match. It had a couple bright spots.
It did. No,
it
it
was
did.
not redeeming.
No, it wasn't. I mean, it
Auto
wasn't.
pulling the ref out was probably one of the best
You
parts.
could put anyone else against Rusev and have an interesting match. You could put the Miz against Rusev
You could
and
see
have
that
Ooh,
against
I kind of
Rusev.
like to
That was
see that
cool.
actually.
a man who talks too much
USA.
and a man who hits too much.
USA.
Chris
bad.
Brown? Anyway,
No.
so no, Rollins
No one wants to
versus
see him.
Rollins versus Owens. It was nice how they each one had a backstage thing with Stephanie and Foley before the match.
Yeah.
Earlier in the pay-per-view, that was nice. Good way to hype it. It had a messy few moments to it. I did like when Owens said at one point, Rollins on the outside, "I hope he's okay," and then the
promptly
promptly
body slams.
That was great. And then, of course, Cole saying Seth is being punished. Seth is, or it's like Owens is punishing Seth's body. It's like entire body. Oh my!
I think last time he got punished was with pictures on Twitter.
Yes, that's the joke. He came up a little short. And then
I always
Zara,
come up short.
you have to. Jericho interference. You do.
It's the only way I can reach new heights.
So Jericho interference.
Doesn't that mean you would be reaching lower heights?
Oh.
Is that hard to do? Jericho interference.
It is if you're tall.
At least I'm tall enough to kick your ass.
Yeah. $1.
It's about all you can hit. Unless
You've
someone's
hit
ducking
head and shoulders before.
when I'm ducking.
So
Bullshit.
what the shampoo?
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Knees and toes. Anyway.
Head, shoulders, pimps and hoes, pimps and hoes. Jericho interference. I mean, I guess if we couldn't have Triple H, we might as well have a guy his age come out.
Hello.
Oh, that's the scarf of Jericho. It's the lisp of Jericho. So anyway, it was fine. It was a little sloppy though. They had some really good spots, but it seemed very messy. Now I had a feeling shenanigans were going to happen because you can't have either guy lose clean, and Owens definitely wasn't losing. But there we go. So I found it to be fine at times, but it got messy at the end. Owens winning, I was fine with, but it just it limped to get there.
Yeah.
So what do you say?
It limped to get there.
Limp dick to get there.
I was.
It could have been a better match, honestly.
It could have been.
Well.
For all they hyped it up to be, it could have been a better match.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's always entertaining watching Kevin Owens out there, though, because that man has way too much fun in the ring, and it is enjoyable to watch.
It really is, because he actually enjoys what he does, so it's great.
And Seth Rollins might actually be a great pair to be rivaled up against him.
At least to next month, where maybe Triple H interferes in a Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah.
Because that's going to happen, because, of course, it's supposed to keep people locked out, and it's not going to. But I agree with you. And Kyle?
I have to go with Chris's sentiment. And honestly, over the next month, they'll probably have small clashes, and they'll just get better as rivals, be able to work together.
It's kind of funny that you reference Rollins and small clashes. That's just all I'm going to say. So anyway, overall, I got to say this. The pay-per-view was like a C+.
Would you at least say it's better than Backlash?
No, Backlash was better than this.
Oh, hell
Backlash
better.
was much better.
We gave
than this.
Backlash
So
a B+.
far, SmackDown's done way better as far as pay-per-view.
Here's the problem. The problem isn't each match got a decent amount of time, but it felt like some of the endings were rushed. Like it felt like the tag title thing was kind of rushed. The women's thing was rushed.
They
Chris
forgot
doing that
how
that he
long
does
they
over
had.
there is rushed. What's that?
No, I'm
What's that?
very patient.
What's that, Kyle?
They forgot how long they had during the match.
I'm sorry to hear that, Kyle. So anyway, a C+.
C.
C++.
We're not programming here. See,
I tried programming once, but I needed glasses to see and Java to function.
see.
See.
God damn it, Chris. So,
Sorry, I had to think of something on the fly.
F5, refresh. So anyway, do you agree? Do you disagree? Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me and her and him, not him, on Twitter.
Don't follow me.
In the
You don't know where you'll go.
in the description. This has been Real Honesty with John Ritlin. I'm John Ritlin.
I'm Cassie.
And I'm the goddamn Batman.
Thanks, Kyle. Taking a bow. We'll see you soon.
Bye.